Detective William Sterling was one of London's most famous private detectives. He was known for solving complex and seemingly unsolvable cases. But now, he was faced with the biggest and most mysterious case of his life. An old friend, the famous archaeologist Dr. Helena Voss, had disappeared. Helena disappeared while searching for Viracocha, a lost city deep in Peru. William had received a letter containing Helena's cry for help. The letter was written just before he disappeared, and contained only a set of coordinates and the words "E shadow of Viracocha." This spurred William into action. He immediately set out to reach the coordinates specified in the letter. When he reached the Peruvian wilderness, William was greeted by an old friend, guide and local expert Miguel Hernandez. Miguel was someone who frequently visited and helped Helena during her research. Helena got lost here, William. I will do my best to find him, said Miguel with a worried expression. The two men set out towards the area where Helena disappeared. Throughout the journey, William reviewed clues that Helena might have found before she disappeared. Helena mentioned Viracocha in her letter. Viracocha was known as the creator god in Inca mythology. Helena believed she had found the lost city of this ancient god. On the second day of their journey, William and Miguel came across the ruins of an ancient temple deep in the forest. The temple was very close to the coordinates Helena mentioned in her letter. Inside the temple, they found a stone tablet covered with ancient Inca writings and symbols. Miguel examined the writings on the tablet and said, These writings describe the secret passages of Viracocha. Helena was here and must have discovered these passages, he said. William looked carefully at the writings on the tablet and asked, where do these passages lead? We need to understand what Helena found here, he said. According to the writings, these passages lead to the sacred city of Viracocha, Miguel said. However, these gates can only be opened if a certain ritual is performed, he said. They conducted further research at the temple to unravel the details of the ritual. Deep inside the temple, they found an ancient altar. The altar was the place where the ritual would be performed. Examining the symbols on the altar, Miguel said, This ritual opens the door using the power of the four elements. Fire, water, air and earth, he said. William and Miguel found objects representing the elements at 4 different points around the altar. These objects contained the parts needed to complete the ritual. William said, We can open the gate by using these objects in the correct order. Helena must have completed this ritual, he said. When they performed the ritual, a secret passage opened in front of the altar. The passage opened into a deep tunnel system. Miguel said, This tunnel could be the road to the sacred city of Viracocha. Helena must have discovered this tunnel, he said. William and Miguel managed to reach the lost city by going through the tunnel. Viracocha's city was a treasure lost in the forgotten depths of time. However, when they stepped into the city, they found some members of Helena's research team. Team members said that Helena found the city, but was detained there by a mysterious force. To reach Helena's location, William goes to the team's leader, Dr. He collaborated with Alvarez. Dr. Helena may have discovered the secret of Viracocha, Alvarez said. However, this secret is protected by a very dangerous and powerful being. This entity controls this place to protect the city and the secrets within it, he said. William was determined to save Helena. The team reached the place where Helena was being held, passing through dangerous passages and traps hidden in the depths of the city. Helena was imprisoned in an ancient altar chamber, and in front of her was a glowing orb of energy. This sphere symbolized the power of Viracocha. Helena said, William, be careful. This sphere contains incredible power. If it falls into the wrong hands, it could be a huge disaster, he said. William said, We will get you out of here, Helena. We must find a way to control this power, he said. Dr. Alvarez examined the sphere carefully and said, to control this power, we must use ancient rituals. However, these rituals can only be performed with correct knowledge and understanding, he said. William, Helena and their team came together to perform these rituals correctly and tried to control the power. Once they managed to control the power, the dangerous power in the city was neutralized. Helena was rescued and Viracocha's secret was secured. William said, this city holds incredible history and power. But this power must be used carefully and responsibly, he said. This adventure led us to an incredible discovery, said Helena. But we must work to protect these secrets and benefit the world, he said. William, Helena, and Miguel guarded the secrets of Viracocha's city, securing the area for future research. This adventure was remembered as one of the biggest and most dangerous cases in William's life. However, by working together, with friendship and cooperation, they successfully completed this dangerous mission. The secrets of Viracocha were still waiting to be discovered, and William, Helena and Miguel were ready to embark on new adventures on this journey of discovery. After securing the lost city of Viracocha, Helena, William and Miguel decided to deepen their exploration there. The city was full of mysterious structures and ancient artifacts, hiding a new secret around every corner. However, traces of the dangerous beings they encountered before were still present in the city. William, Helena, and Miguel headed to another important structure in the city, known as the Shadow Temple. This temple was one of the most sacred places in Viracocha's city, and was believed to hide a great secret inside. At the entrance to the temple was a large gate decorated with ancient Inca writings and symbols. Miguel said, this door can only be opened with a certain ritual and key. Helena must have the knowledge that can open this door, he said. Helena examined the symbols on the door and said, these symbols represent the four elements and the sun god. The key will open the door by combining the power of these elements and the sun, he said. William said, so, how do we perform this ritual? Where is the key? Asked. Helena said, there must be key fragments in other temples in this city. By putting these pieces together, we can open the door, he said. William, Helena and Miguel began to investigate other temples in the city. In the first temple, they found a piece of key representing the element of water. This piece was hidden in a pool deep within the temple. Helena says, this piece represents the element of water. We also need to find pieces that represent the other three elements, he said. In the second temple, they found a piece representing the element of fire. This piece stood on a large fire altar. Miguel said, the symbols on this altar show the power of the fire element. We must take this piece carefully, he said. When they retrieved the piece, a series of flames rose around the altar, but by moving quickly they managed to escape the flames. In the third temple, they found a piece representing the element of air. This piece hung on a platform on the high ceiling of the temple. William said, we will have to climb to get this piece. Let's be careful, he said. Now we just need to find the piece that represents the earth element, Helena said, taking the piece safely. In the last temple, they found a piece representing the earth element. This piece was buried in the floor of the temple and hidden under a large stone. We must work together to extract the piece from under this stone, Miguel said. When they removed the piece, a huge tremor occurred in the temple, but they managed to escape from the temple by moving quickly. When they put together the four key pieces, they returned to the gate of the Shadow Temple. Helena performed the ritual by placing the pieces on the door in the correct order. The door opened slowly, creating a passage inside. William said, Are you ready? We don't know what we'll find inside this temple, he said. Helena and Miguel said firmly, We are ready. We are here to reveal these secrets, they said. As they entered the temple, they saw shadows circling a large altar. These shadows must have been the spirits of ancient Inca priests. Helena said, These spirits guard the secrets of the temple. If we respect them, they may let us pass, he said. William said, We must be careful to uncover these secrets. We may face greater dangers with every step, he said. When they came to the altar, they saw a large crystal ball. This sphere contained the power and wisdom of Viracocha. Helena said, This sphere is the key used to control Viracocha's power. But using this power requires great responsibility, he said. Miguel examined the sphere carefully and said, This sphere is a tool that can control the energy and power of the city. But in the wrong hands, this power can lead to a great disaster, he said. William said, We must protect this power and ensure that it is used in the right hands. Helena, do you know how we should use this sphere? She asked. Helena took the sphere in her hand and said, This sphere contains ritual information to control the energy and power of the city. By using this information correctly, we can protect the city and the secrets within it, he said. Trusting Helena, William and Miguel began working to keep the sphere safely and preserve the city's energy. However, at this moment, a shadowy figure appeared outside the city. This figure was an agent of the Shadow Empire and had come to seize Viracocha's power. William, Helena and Miguel had to be prepared to deal with this new threat. Their fight to protect the city's secrets and power was not over yet, and greater dangers awaited them. While William, Helena, and Miguel were trying to preserve Viracocha's power in the Shadow Temple, a mysterious figure outside was advancing towards the city. This figure was one of the Shadow Empire's most dangerous agents and was sent to seize the power of Viracocha. As the figure moved through the shadows, it seemed to herald a dark presence threatening the city. William, Helena, and Miguel felt a strong surge of energy inside the temple. Helena said, These waves indicate the presence of someone trying to seize the power of Viracocha. We must act now to protect the city, he said. Miguel said, If this power comes from the Shadow Empire, the danger could be great. We have to be careful, he said. As the trio stepped out of the temple, they saw the shadows surrounding the city intensify. William said, These shadows indicate the existence of the Shadow Empire. They came to seize the power of Viracocha, he said. Helena said, We must fight to protect the city and power. We must keep these secrets away from dark hands, he said. As the agent of the Shadow Empire approached the city, he began to destroy the protective shadows in the city. These shadows were using Viracocha's power to protect the city. However, the agent of the Shadow Empire was destroying these protective shadows with a dark energy. William, Helena and Miguel joined forces to protect the city. Using the power of Viracocha, Helena strengthened the protective shadows. Miguel used the power of the elements to disperse the shadows outside the city. William organized the defense of the city and created a strong defensive line. When the agent of the Shadow Empire reached the gates of the city, he was met with strong resistance. The defense, led by William, Helena and Miguel, stopped the agent's advance. However, the agent unleashed his dark powers and attacked the city. A major conflict broke out in the city. The defense forces, led by William, Helena and Miguel, held out against the agent of the Shadow Empire. However, the agent managed to break through the defenses with his dark energy and came close to usurping Viracocha's power. Helena said, We must use the power of Viracocha to stop this dark force. But in order to do this, we must maintain an internal balance, he said. William and Miguel combined their energies to support Helena. Helena summoned Viracocha's power and clashed with the dark energy. The clash created a powerful explosion of light around the city. The Shadow Empire's agent was forced to retreat, stunned. William, Helena, and Miguel hugged each other as they survived the challenge of protecting the city. The city was safe again, with Viracocha's power and protective shadows. However, the danger was not yet completely over. William said, "We won this war, but the Shadow Empire will return. We must be better prepared to protect the city and its secrets," he said. Helena said, "Yes, this war is just the beginning. But together, we are strong," he said. "We are always here to protect the city and its secrets," Miguel said. The trio vowed to stand together to protect the city and its secrets. The threats of the Shadow Empire were far from over, but their determination to fight together gave eternal hope to protect the secrets of the city and Viracocha. William, Helena and Miguel were working together to protect the city under threat from the Shadow Empire. However, their enemies were getting stronger day by day and new dangers were emerging. They were doing their best to protect the secrets of the city, but the difficulties facing them were increasing. One day, a series of mysterious disappearances occurred in the city. People were suddenly disappearing and leaving no trace. William, Helena and Miguel began investigating these mysterious disappearances. However, each investigation resulted in an even more complex veil of secrecy. Helena studied ancient texts to unravel the mystery behind the disappearances. Miguel investigated the dangers lurking outside the city. William, on the other hand, wandered the streets of the city to investigate the missing and question suspicious people. However, each investigation led into an ever more complex labyrinth. The mysterious force behind the disappearances could be something other than the Shadow Empire. William, Helena and Miguel had to come together to stop the new threat. One night, great chaos broke out in the city. The missing ones emerged on the streets of the city, but were under the control of the shadows. William, Helena and Miguel immediately moved to intervene. However, the enemy they faced was stronger than they expected. The conflict in the city gradually increased. William, Helena and Miguel fought to save the lost and gain control of the shadows. However, their enemies were getting stronger and pushing them harder with each passing minute. Using ancient knowledge, Helena attempted to gain control of the shadows. Miguel fended off enemies using the power of the elements. William, on the other hand, fought against his enemies with his leadership and strategic intelligence. However, the fate of the city depended on one last move. William, Helena and Miguel came together, joined forces and marched determinedly against their enemies. The dark force standing before them could no longer continue to threaten the city and its secrets. In the end, William, Helena, and Miguel managed to defeat their enemies. Their fight to protect the city and its secrets ended in victory. But more threats could come from their enemies, and they had to be ready at all times. William, Helena and Miguel continued their work to restore peace in the city. The threats of the Shadow Empire may not be over yet, but their determination to fight together provides a bright future for the city and its secrets. When William, Helena, and Miguel managed to stop the threats of the Shadow Empire, peace reigned in the city for a while. But the adventure never ended for them. New discoveries, new dangers and new secrets were always waiting for them. One day, a new adventure began with the discovery of an ancient tomb in the city. The tomb had a history of thousands of years and contained a number of mysterious artifacts and documents. William, Helena and Miguel come together to unravel the secrets of the tomb. The documents in the tomb illuminated the history and culture of the city and the surrounding ancient civilizations. By examining the documents, William obtained new information about the history of the city. Helena tried to understand the cultural heritage of the city by analyzing ancient artifacts. Miguel explored the surroundings of the tomb and traced the mysterious past. However, the discovery of the tomb brought a new danger. The new leader of the Shadow Empire sought to capture the city by pursuing ancient forces. William, Helena and Miguel immediately took action to deal with this new threat. The new leader's power threatened the city and its inhabitants. However, William, Helena and Miguel worked together once again to resist their enemies. They were ready to face any difficulty to protect the city. Amid the conflict, William, Helena, and Miguel fought for the future of the city and its secrets. The new leader of the Shadow Empire tried every means to seize power, but could not resist their determination. In the end, William, Helena, and Miguel managed to defeat their enemies once again. The city became safe and peaceful once again. But new adventures were always waiting around the next corner for them. William, Helena and Miguel remained protectors of the city. They promised to always be ready and attentive. The Shadow Empire's threats may not have ended yet, but they look to the future with a determination to fight together. And so the endless adventures of William, Helena and Miguel continued to protect the city's secrets and rid the world of evil. A new adventure, a new discovery and a new victory awaited them every day.